Hello, I'm Kads and welcome to today's video. So today, as promised, we are going to be doing our bonus summons in pursuit of the legendary tome from the Path of the Fateweaver. As you might have noticed there in the upper left, we did manage to secure our frame exclusively through champion training, and as a result of that, we are now in proximity of the legendary tome 5 sacreds away. I've already spoken about why this is a smart and strategic move in my free-to-play review of the Path of the Fateweaver, but I'll reiterate it here for anyone who just likes to watch my shard pull videos. I see you guys, I know the analytics. But if we take a look here at the Mercy tracker, you can see that we are one sacred away from Mercy, which is not ideal in the case of there being a Pogo in the near term, because I prefer to be a little bit into Mercy to minimize the amount of cost to get Mercy from a sacred Pogo. And that leaves us in a win-win scenario here where it's 2x sacreds, of course, so we do have the higher chance to get a legendary in general. So we might walk away with a legendary just because it's 2x sacreds, and that's a win, or we don't get a legendary and we're in a better shape for a potential future Pogo event, which is also a win because then we would get 2 legendaries for the price of 1, assuming we go all the way out to Mercy in that future state. The other reason why this is strategic is because I do happen to have an abundance of shards, and thus it gives me the flexibility to do things like this and be a little bit more strategic and not just have to worry about saving for the next event coming up. So we're already in the portal, so let's go ahead and take a look at the overall shard count on my account. We have 728 on the Ancients, 235 on the Voids, 36 on the Primals, and 58 on the Sacreds, which of course we'll be dipping into today, -5. On top of the 2x, there is also a 10x going on for Glacade of the Meltwater, which is like a kind of Duchess-esque champion, but I'm not too interested in him. And the 10x race for Sacred Shards is somewhere around a 5% chance if you get a legendary that it's going to be the one featured, so the odds are very, very slim. So I'm not really worried about him popping out of his shard, much less getting a legendary in the first place. As far as who I would like to pop out if we do get a legendary, it would be Valkyrie number 1, Poison Exploder number 2, and Molly Tankard number 3, who honestly might sneak up to number 2 considering the change at Hydra. Molly has become a lot more desirable when it comes to boosting turn meter and also having a revive and HP burn in a Hydra composition. But of course, we're also going to get a fair amount of epics, most likely, so I would like to get some duplicate epics for empowerment. So without further ado, let's get into the pools. We've got barely enough space, we've got a decent amount of cash, and hopefully we can get some pretty decent or not decent luck, depending on how you want to think about it for the win-win scenario. So Sacred number 1 is going to be an epic. This is probably a good thing. We'll kind of see and play it by ear as we go along. But Excruciator, I think she has a block revive on this ability here, or one of these, or maybe that's not her. I forget. Maybe not. Maybe she's just a really, really bad epic and we can just move right along. I thought she had like Neck Snapper or something that it was a block revive ability, but apparently that is not the case. Ilfrig, aka Colin, as the HH Gaming folks like to call him. But yeah, he's a pretty decent support, kind of like a Gorgrab-esque kit with the fill turn meter, increased attack, but he also has continuous heals and can steal buffs from enemies, so he's pretty solid epic on his own, but he's probably most well known for being part of the Lady Mikage fusion. I've already effectively fused her, so I don't need a copy of him, but maybe we can empower one to use for like in the Cursed City or something like that. Zargala, pretty decent legacy debuffer in the game, who also can hit fairly hard, so this is going to be an empowerment for me. I think that's going to make her +3 on my account. 2 more sacreds to go. We're racking up all the epics. Horden, one of the meme champions of the game, kind of like the Relic Keeper A1 on the, or Relic Keeper's like ability on the A1, which can snowball and kind of get extra turns. More of a fun champion, but not really useful in any content in the game, just like Relic Keeper. And then the last sacred of the day is Lockwayne, who is also part of the Lady Mikage fusion, I believe. And honestly, I think he's new on my account relative to the Mikage fusion, because of course I need to sacrifice the one that I have in order to get her, and so I guess he's just kind of nice to have in case I actually happen to need his kit in the future. So there you have it. That was quick and painless, and we have solidified our place in scenario 2, where we hit 5 epics and built up Mercy in anticipation of a Pogo in the near term. Let's pop over to the Hero's Path and collect all of our goodies. So we're just focusing on the bottom section down here. Let's get the Eternal Soul Coins, let's get the Immortal Soul Stone, and then why not, let's go for the right hand one, doesn't really matter. Legendary Tome acquired. So honestly, that's pretty awesome. And I guess I haven't really shared this, or I don't share this often enough, but I have a pretty fat stack of legendary tomes, because part of being in the end game is that majority of the legendaries that are really super important on your account have already been booked at this point. And so I kind of book the ones that are just a little bit adjacent to being useful, or ones that I'm upgrading to being useful, but still the vast majority of legendaries on my account are actually unbooked, and I don't really intend to change that. But nonetheless, I'd still like to collect as many of them within reason as I possibly can. So let me know in the comment section down below if you actually ended up pulling some of your shards as well for the Path of the Fateweaver, and let me know which reward you were going for that made you want to pull said shards. As always, if you did enjoy the video, then be sure to hit that like button down below, and feel free to also subscribe to the channel for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.